am Sister Anastasia Kinse. I belong to the congregation of Mother of Perpetual Help of the Archdiocese Archdiocese Edo State. I entered the convent in 2015. Everything started in 2016 and it has been hell. A sister once told me to follow her to the Cardinal's party, that any priest that says he likes me or wants me, I should agree so that we have money. There are many other sisters in the convent that she has pimped to men and they know about it. I wrote to the bishop about it and they are covering it. For them to go as far as trying to silence me by every possible means should raise the question, what are they trying to protect? It's very, very traumatizing and I am standing against it. This priest came to my house and said he wanted to take me out. On our way, he said he needed to buy something. And when he came out from the shop, I saw that he was having a condom in his hand. I asked him, I said, what do you intend to use that for? And he said, where we are going to is a guest house and that after everything, we are going to get food. And I'm like, no. He had to drop me halfway to my house. I had to trek home because I did not agree to go to the hotel with him. That is the greatest betrayal I've ever seen from anybody. These things happen and they are real and they affect people's lives. They keep telling me to keep quiet, to brave it up for how many years? For 10 years? And now some of them are being threatened not to associate with me so that they don't corroborate whatever it is I am saying. They always term me disobedient. Well, how can I obey when you ask me to do things that are against my vows? They came to my house with a doctor and a chief medical director, a nurse I did not know, and so many others, trying to forcefully kidnap me, and I had to run home to my parents. They said the person who abused me in the university is giving them millions of naira, and they are willing to protect him at all costs. I don't feel safe where I am because the very first time anybody calls me is, where are you? Why are they concerned with where I am? Canonically, you cannot dismiss me without me. They dismissed me through an online post. I saw that post on WhatsApp. And I wonder what a reasonable congregation will do that, no matter what the person has done. The only crime I have committed so far is saying I want to be a sister and going to the convent. These things happen to me and I demand justice. It's high time the church owned up to all these things, locate people who are victims and try to help them.
Gbam, 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 Gbam. My people, were here again on Gbam interview. My name is Chijoke Igwendo Odogububu Ezbotonyaba. Today, I have an interview with somebody that I'm very touched by her story. There was a time her story trended. She's a Reverend sister. Her story trended about what Reverend fathers are doing to Reverend sisters, what some Reverend fathers, the way they are, treating and handling Reverend sisters, who they see the Reverend sisters as. Her post went viral and then it brought a lot of backlashes, a lot of news, a lot of trends, a lot of misinterpretations, and a lot of exaggerations. And today there is something trending about this very Reverend sister again. So please, we're trying to do this interview in a hurry, so please don't mind how I speak or what I say. Let's welcome to the interview today, Sister Kinse Shako Anastasia. Hope I got the name right.
Yeah, you tried.
Okay.
Kinse Anastasia.
So please, can you tell us who is Sister Kinse Anastasia Shako? Please go ahead.
Yeah, I am Sister Anastasia Kinse, and I belong to the congregation of Mother of Perpetual Help of the Archdiocese Archdiocese Edo State. Yeah, so I actually started my journey to the convent in 2015, right? Maybe 2-3 years after I graduated from my secondary school. So I had 8 credits and a pass in my result. And when I applied, I got the admission to go to the convent, and I went.
What made you choose to be a Reverend sister?
I have always thought of going to the convent because I wanted to dedicate my life wholeheartedly to God. And where I grew up from, we only had kids, and the priest would only come like once or twice in 2-3 months. And deep within me, I felt that what the catechism were really preaching was not the entire truth. And I am somebody who loves to study, and I needed to know more about God, about the church. And so I went to the convent because I wanted to seek God, who is the truth and the life.
How has the journey been for you so far?
Well, there is nothing that has happened that I believe has not been the will of God for my life. But I must tell you in all sincerity, it has been most disappointing because there are a lot of things that have happened that should never have happened. And many people condemn me for finally coming out to speak on social media. But the truth is, till this point in time, I keep asking for the right channels, but none of has been provided. I have been faced with intimidation, with series of fights, series of blackmails, with many priests coming out there to write all sorts of rubbish against me. And I feel that is really unfortunate.
Okay. You said something about the priest that was preaching before you became a Reverend sister, that was saying a lot of things that were not true, and then you had to do research. What were those things the priest was preaching?
Actually, that priest made a comment that Reverend sisters are supposed to be priest wives. I don't know if that's what you're referring to.
Okay, something trended about you weeks ago, if not almost a month now. You made a post about sisters not being ornaments in habit, not being commodities for priests to use at will. They are not mistresses in veil, that they are women called by God, consecrated to service, prayer, and the mission of the church. What happened? What motivated you to make such posts? What happened? What was your experience? What is your experience to come out to start crying that priests are seeing people as ornaments in habit, as a mistress in veil? What made you make such posts? Just be detailed and bold, please.
I was abused in the convent. And it's very hard in the convent, especially when you don't plan for an abuse to happen to you. And especially when you are being groomed by a system to act in a certain way and behave in a certain way and accept some certain things in a certain way. So I was being groomed. When I went into the convent, I had no idea that such things happen in a convent. But I had a superior and a priest who were trying to groom me into accepting the fact that I could date one or two priests. And I rejected it with my every being. Now, after doing that, they found ways to frustrate me by, making me live with sisters who would intentionally set me up. And that was how I got depressed. And now they are coming out to say that I am a mad person and all what have you. They have tried to help me. It has never been such. Now, this same priest who has tried to abuse me severally and I did not consent or agree to it is coming out to make a public statement about me. I don't know if that is how the church works. I mean, it's very, very traumatizing for me.
You said you were abused in the convent. Can you be detailed?
Yes,
how were you abused by a priest?
And asked me to follow him in his car. And she knows it happens. That is why she's coming out boldly to write false statements with false narratives to paint me black. Those things, as she said, never happened.
Who is the she?
The superior general of my congregation.
She was the one that asked you to follow a priest?
Yes, she did. Not just me. There are many other sisters in the convent that she has pimped to men. And they know about it. I wrote to the bishop about it, and they are covering it.
As a pastor, I don't only bless my members spiritually, I also bless them financially, and that is because I'm involved in land banking with Pine Leaf Estate and Properties Limited.
Why did you say that the priests, some people are saying that Reverend sisters are now looking like wives of priests? Are you saying that this is a tradition that everybody know about in a Catholic church, that Reverend sisters are actually positioned to be more like wives of the priest? Are you saying this is a tradition?
We have certain congregations out there that lure young girls into the convent and try to pimp them to men. Whether we accept it or not, it is happening to individuals, and I am standing against it. Now, the truth is that ideally it is never supposed to be. I have a diploma in religious formation, so I know what has to be and what is not obtainable.
Yes.
In the ideal sense of it, none of this should happen. And that is why I want to put an end to it. Let this stop. Whether they listen to me or not, whether they try to silence me or not, nobody deserves to pass through the system. The system is supposed to be holistic. The system is supposed to protect the vulnerable and speak up for you when you are weak, not to capitalize on your weakness and come out there to paint you black.
When you're
Most people are there pretending. They are pretending. They know deep within themselves that most of these extravagant spendings, most of this money that they go about, spreading and making people believe, building houses for their parents and all, they know that this money is not from the convent. And of course, I cannot come outside to call names because they know themselves, and that is why they cannot come out boldly to protect or to even speak for these things because they know that they are guilty. And I am not saying that anybody is not guilty or that I am a saint. I am not. I am coming outside to say that these things happen and it should be stopped. This is not our identity. This is not the church that we want. It is wrong. And for them to go as far as trying to silence me by every possible means, even going as far as lying and framing things that never happened, should raise the questions. What are they trying to protect? Warning me not to grant interviews. These are intimidations. So far, nobody has reached out to me to even ask, okay, sister, has this thing happened to you? What actually happened? We want to listen from the church. Nobody has done that. Yet they keep telling me to keep quiet, to brave it up for how many years? For 10 years? This is unfair.
Are you saying that this has been going on with you for 10 years?
I entered the convent in 2015. Everything started in 2016, and it has been hell. I have tried not to come out to the media. In fact, there was a time that sisters stole money from my pocket. I could not come outside and say that it was sisters. I said it on Facebook that somebody took my money. But nobody made inquiries. Okay, who took sisters' money? Okay, let's just find it. No, I have to go back to school that way. No accountability for anything. How is that fair to any living human being? In a place that is supposed to be holy, in a place that is supposed to be responsible for people's spiritual welfare. That is the greatest betrayal I've ever seen from anybody. And if I were authorities, I would be ashamed that I am actually protecting these things that are happening to human beings, people's daughters.
This sister, when your superior asked you to follow the Reverend Father, did you follow him?
I refused. I told her I would never do that. I told her right to her face that God is going to judge you for these things that you are making us do. And since then, she has found ways to push me out of the congregation. And her recent letter is just an indication of such.
Would you want to call names?
I wouldn't want to call names because I'm not out to fight the congregation.
Okay.
They know exactly what I'm talking about. They know exactly what they are doing. And the best thing they can do right now is to do the right things. Let them allow justice to, take its course. I have submitted documents officially Why are they trying to, silence me by blocking where the documents are supposed to lead to, to get to?
Yes. Sister, in your post, a paragraph read, "Yet too often, behind stained glass windows and polished marble altars, we are treated as less. A priest once told me without shame, sisters are meant to be priest wives. He did not say it in jest. He meant it. He acted on it." This happened.
Yeah,
How did it happen?
That happened when I was a year professor, sister.
Okay.
I came home to my place, for my Thanksgiving after first profession. And this priest came to my house and said, he wanted to take me out. I mean, I'm the outgoing kind of person. I'm outspoken. I'm not afraid of anybody. So, you can't harm me without my permission. So I went with him, and only for me to, enter his car. And he said, we need to go somewhere to, eat and drink.
Yes.
On our way, he said he needed to buy something. And when he came out from the shop, I saw that he was having a condom in his hand. I was heartbroken. I asked him, I said, what do you intend to use that for? Acting oblivious of whatever was happening. And he said, well, where we are going to is a guest house, and that I told him I was hungry. He said, no, that, after everything, we are going to get food. And I'm like, no, you said you were going to take me out. So what do you mean by taking me out without food? I thought we were just going to drink juice and come back home. Well, he had to, drop me halfway to my house. I had to trek home because I did not agree to go to the hotel with him to sleep with him after he contacted after he bought the condom. And that was the beginning of my depression. That was heartbroken for me. That was the thing that really broke me. And this priest did not stop there. He went on to take a girl who he has been, I don't know what he has been doing with her. I cannot prove that, so I don't want to say. But took her to the convent. And this girl, she has just been in the convent, not even knowing anything. She walked with me, and I could tell that this girl had no vocation. She's just there now, moving up and down, following one priest or the other. And it's unfair to bring a girl simply because you want to have an affair with her into the convent.
Are you saying that
nobody wants to listen?
Are you saying that priests brings in their girlfriends, or maybe girls, in the guise of them becoming sisters just to have access to them?
That happens. You bring sisters who will not listen to anybody. And whereas you say that the most important thing in a convent is obedience, they don't listen to anybody. You say that we should not hide things in our room, whereas the superior keeps things in her own room, and I am not allowed to. So what kind of double standard?
Things like what?
Drinks, food, whatever is left for all the sisters to share, you hide it in your own room. Some of them even expire. And now some of them are being threatened. They are being threatened not to associate with me so that they don't corroborate whatever it is I am saying. And they have gone as far as influencing my psychological report to prove whatever lies they are saying. It's unfair.
Ndị be anyị, unu kpọrọ nya bụ oku, anyị azago. Ugbu a, ị ga-abụ onye ọbịa na Gbam, n'agbanyeghị ebe ọbụla ị nọ n'ụwa. Ị chọrọ ka anyị gbaa gị ajụjụ ọnụ maọbụ ị chọrọ ka ụwa nụ ọnụ gị, deere anyị ozi maọbụ kpọọ anyị n'akara ekwentị ndị a ị na-ahụ n'iru onyonyo gị. Daalụnụ. So, Sister Anastasia, there are rumors of Reverend Fathers having girlfriends, How are these rumors? Do you think they're true? Is this something that you've actually witnessed? Reverend Fathers having girlfriends?
In every iota, in every rumor, there's an iota of truth.
Okay.
In every rumor, there's an iota of truth. I cannot stand here to say, okay, I'm proving that these things happen. But things happen in the church. And of course, they are not new things. They have been happening. And I, for one, is part of people that actually advocate for change. That we are not saying that these things don't happen out of human frailty. Yes, people are weak. I have emotions, okay? But my emotions should not lead me to forcing anyone to have any relationship with me against the person's will. And I should not even give the person false teachings, pretending as if the ideal is for us to, okay, go out there and have, whatever the community cannot provide for us, outside the community from men. That is uncalled for. That is the highest evil I have seen.
You are in the vine. You are in the vineyard. You are in the circle. And this our program. We call it Gbam because here we say it the way it is. We say it without mincing words. That's why it is called Gbam. I'm asking you: Do Reverend fathers also sleep with people's wives? Can you attest to that?
Recently, a priest was, caught with a person's wife. The video was all over social media. They tried to bring it down. Recently, a reverend sister, a senior professor sister, was caught, on camera, beating up or slapping the other sister. The congregation have come out now to say that they are handling the thing officially, but it's only in Nigeria that when these things happen, they try to hide it. These things happen and they are real and they affect people's lives. And we are humans.
Why was the priest beating that sister? Were they dragging a man? Were they dragging someone's husband?
The professed sister was slapping her junior.
Okay.
And it was on record, and this professed sister, recorded it. Somebody recorded it and it showed it there. But the congregation now issued a letter that they were, on top of the situation. But in Nigeria now, my own congregation now came outside to write something that was, full of grammatical errors and erroneous and full of lies from the pit of hell. That is uncalled for. You don't do that to anybody. It's evil.
Sister, there's a line in your post that I read. Please listen. This is not an isolated case. Too many sisters know the pain of being reduced to temptation instead of being respected as collaborators in Christ's vineyard. Too many know the silent wounds of manipulation. When a cleric uses spiritual direction as a cover for advances, or when financial benefactors expect our dignity in exchange for support, but it does not end there. The abuse is not only from outside. What do you mean by using spiritual direction?
A story was actually told of a priest that when you come to him for confession, the priest will say, touch me small, or he will say, kiss me small now. The news is all over, within us. It doesn't come out. And this is just an abuse. But they cannot come outside now and defend it or say it because they believe that, okay, you bring this to social media, it is wrong, it is evil, Nobody can help you from social media. Things should remain within the church. Don't come outside and wash the dirty linens. But we know that may happen. And if you can look at it, objectively, all the people who have come outside to criticize me, to attack me, have not really condemned the things I say as fault. They are saying that I should not have come to social media. Meanwhile, I have reached out to people who should have spoken up for me, who should have defended me, who should have, stood up for what was right. But none of this worked out.
What do you also mean by financial benefactors? Expecting your dignity?
Superiors would always, the fresh younger sisters, politicians, people who are well-to-do in society, when they are doing birthdays, when they're doing anniversaries, they will send sisters to go out there and, you befriend them and then you bring them and they support the congregation. These things happen.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. So they don't just pimp them out to reverend fathers, even to politicians, reverend sisters.
Yes, that happens. And even if I die today, even if I am no longer a sister, these things have happened. And it's high time the church owned up to all these things, locate people who are victims, and try to help them. This victimization, this blinding, covering things up and down, it will not help anybody. Telling people that they are mentally unstable, okay, if this person has mental illness, how have you helped the person? Is it through victimization? Is it through threats? Or is it through lies?
Is that what they're saying about you, that you're mentally
That is
deranged?
what they said, that I am mentally unstable. How did I get mental instability? If at all what they are saying is right, because it has not been proven by any facility as far as I am concerned. There's no hospital that has declared me mentally unstable. And there has never been a time that a hospital, declared or, invited them that, okay, this is what we've evaluated from your sister and we think she has mental illness. Never.
You should expect to hear all manner of things when you say the unsayable, when you do the undoable, when you touch the untouchable, okay? Sometimes people that you call mad, MAD, are people that are making a difference. That is mad for me. Most times, if they don't call you crazy, you've not started. If they don't call you mad, you've not started. So just know that you've started.
To every action, there is equal, opposite reaction.
Okay.
And an abnormal reaction to an abnormal situation is normal reaction. Now, the truth is that when you, cover up and block every, channel that a person is supposed to, pour out his heart to, then you leave the person no choice. You leave the person no choice. Sometimes I go into my room, I just look up on the ceiling and I'm like, God, did I make a mistake for coming into the convent? And then in the convent, they said I shouldn't have a spiritual director. And now that I decided to go on my own to speak for a spiritual director, the person I reached out to said, let us be having, a relationship. And that goes against the rules of spiritual director. And now they are coming out to tell me that if I report, they will remove the person from being a priest or being a sister or anything. So I should just stay there till I take my own life, till I go into suicide. That is with the highest wickedness I've ever seen. I'm not an angel. Okay? I don't have what it takes to remain as strong as food wants me to remain. When they saw my post, what did they do about it? People who were trying to assist me to get to the right authorities, they threatened them.
Are you saying that most spiritual directors, when it comes to Reverend Fathers, have some sexual relations with their mentees?
It is against the rules of spiritual direction to have anything to do with your candidate, the person you're directing. As soon as you notice that these feelings are beginning to come because you are human, you are advised to immediately desist from that. So, or any other person who is out there taking advantage of the gullible is on its own. It's not standing for the church.
Is that just what is against the rules? I thought the priest swore an oath of celibacy not to do it with anybody at all. It's not just about who is under you now. I thought it's celibacy throughout.
You know that the rules are there. What is obtainable is different from what is actually, what is in books, what is happening, what is happening in real life. And one thing with the Nigerian culture is they try to, silence, anybody who is coming outside to speak the truth. And what they try to do is, okay, these things are happening. Let us cover it. Let us just find a way. Let us pay these media people to cover up the truth. Or let us, let us try to push forward a narrative that will just shut the person up. Or you cannot fight the church. Let it go. Oh, forget about it. But it's not fair to anybody who has willingly come into the light to serve God.
Thank you very much. There is a paragraph here that read, and let me be equally clear to those sisters who abandon their vows for promiscuity, whether to gain favor, material advantage, or pleasure. You too wound the body of Christ. You weaken the prophetic witness of consecrated life and betray the very dignity we demand from the world. It is betrayal from within, and it hands the enemies of truth more reasons to snare our vacation. What do you mean by, are there some sisters that abandon their vows and they are doing a shower in the convent and their
The
congregation.
truth is that a sister once told me to follow her to a party. She called it the Cardinals party, that I should follow her to the party, that any priest that says he likes me or wants me, I should agree so that we have money. It happened to me, and that broke me. I know how much I cried. I even had to invite a senior sister from another congregation to come and settle the fight between me and that sister.
I want to make healthy living a culture in our society. The time to make exercise, sweat. That sweat is very important. Ibana garden, bela kwakwa very natural food. Or if your body need it, just new abona day to chukusike.
What way did you try to solve this matter? Did you, before you came out?
I always write officially to the bishop, despite my psychological state.
The bishop of what diocese? The bishop of what diocese?
My congregation, like I said before, is Mother of Perpetual Help of the Archangel Sisters in Archdiocese of Benin City.
Okay.
It was founded by the Catholic Bishop of Archdiocese. And for a long time, he has been most supportive. He believed in me. But for some reasons, the superior has made him to hate me and no longer listen or understands what I was standing for. They always term me disobedient. But how can I, obey when you make it very hard for me to obey? When you ask me to do things that are against my vows, how do I obey such?
Wow. So you've written to the Bishop of Archdiocese?
I have written several letters.
Okay. And no response were given?
Nothing. The last time I had a confrontation, it was like, Ovasabi, who sent you? And those words almost led me to attempt suicide.
From who?
The bishop himself.
Said Ovasabi, who sent you?
Yes, who sent me? Why did I have to go and write that the church is afraid of people who write?
Oh my God.
And that I was a destroyer.
Oh my God. How does this affect you mentally? You went
it makes me to, I have actually written a book. I am not done, editing, but I wrote a book and I said in that book that the only crime I have committed so far is saying I want to be a sister and going to the convent. That is the only crime I have committed. Otherwise, I do not see where all this is leading or why all this backlash. A sister is in crisis 7 days after posting that, okay, I want to be a Muslim or any other post, which I never really turned into a Muslim. They took that post hook, line, and sinker. They didn't reach out to me. The priest who they said, or the sister whom they said came to my house to look for me, stood by my door and were mocking and laughing and mocking at me. So they said after 7 days, they issued a letter that I was no longer a part of them, that they dismissed me. Why the sudden dismissal? Why didn't they reach out to me? Why didn't they hear my voice? Why didn't they talk to me? What happened to love? What happened to charity? And what happened to mercy? That the church stands for.
What's happening now?
What are you so afraid of?
Go ahead, please.
What is there to protect? When we go out there on the street, people laugh at us. People look at us, okay, you wear white. But are you truly holy? This is terrible.
There is a news about you being sacked or being dismissed.
Veritas University dismissed me from they gave me a letter of termination of appointment. They claimed that when I reported the sexual abuse, they strictly acted, and conducted a thorough interview. But these are all lies. I have it on record. They never did. In fact, I was the one who asked for psychological help. I told them I was depressed. I was traumatized by all that was happening. And none of them listened to me. They instead came to my house with a doctor and a chief medical director, a nurse I did not know, and so many others, trying to forcefully kidnap me. And I had to run home to my parents. And my parents called me. I listened to my parents and came home. But they are now coming out there to lie that I had issues and they interrogated me for hours. How can an institution as Veritas lie? They are lying they are all lying from the pit of hell. And they know it because it's on record.
Okay. So in conclusion, what do you want the world to know now? Is your life in danger? What do you want
I do not know what they can come out to do to me right now. Because the very first time anybody calls me is, where are you? Where are you? Why are they concerned with where I am? I do not know. I don't feel safe where I am. Because these people, from what I am seeing, they said the person who abused me in the university is giving them millions of naira. He connected them with the organization outside the country that is giving them money, and they are willing to protect him at all costs. What happens to me? Am I not somebody's daughter? If I can remember vividly, when I went to apply for employment in that university, the vice chancellor himself, who is a Catholic priest, told me, who in your family is an engineer that you want to work here in software engineering department? And I was really, really heartbroken. But well, I was looking for a way to work wholeheartedly. So I did not see it as anything. And when I got the employment, I thanked God. But all of a sudden, the head of the department started abusing me. And I had to report it because he also abused a 200 level student of mine. And they know about all these things, but they are hiding it to protect the person for their own selfish interest. And that is evil. A priest who protects an abuser is an abuser.
Are you still a Reverend sister now?
Canonically, you cannot dismiss me without me. They dismissed me through an online post. I saw that post on WhatsApp. And I wonder what a reasonable congregation will do that, no matter what the person has done.
So they have dismissed you online, but canonically they have not. Is that what you're saying?
They have not. I have not received any letter to that effect. I have not spoken to my superior nor my bishop. I do not know of this. I saw it on social media.
Are you still carrying out?
That is defamation.
Are you still carrying out anything that makes you a Reverend sister? Are you still going about?
I go to mass. I go to church. I do everything that I have to do for my own well-being. I have not stopped doing either of this, and there's nobody who can stop me from doing it because wholeheartedly, I am still a religious.
We will let you go. We had to let you go. We had to give you a platform to say one or two things. I want to encourage you: be steadfast, stand by the truth. The road that you're taking now is it is seldomly taken. So be prepared for the risk. Be prepared for the backlashes. But know that you're doing the right thing. And God and nature will work for you. Is there any other final thing you want to say? Final remark?
Yeah, the final thing I want to say is to all my sisters out there, you all know that I'm saying the truth and speaking the truth. I am not speaking for all of you, but saying and narrating my own story. And the only reason why I am not coming out to call names is because I do not wish to destroy anyone's reputation or anything. These things happen to me and I demand justice. And nobody should force me to come out there and begin to call names or begin to send confidential details online. So before, things get out of hand, please let the right things be done for the greater glory of God.
Thank you very much. You said, you told me that you're a Northerner, right?
Yes, I'm from Plateau State.
Plateau State, okay. No need of asking you where you are calling us from for your safety and for your peace of mind. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Good luck, best of luck. If you need anything else, if you need any assistance, don't be reluctant to talk to me and call me, okay?
Thank you very much. I don't have a job. My parents are not really doing well health-wise due to this whole saga, but I believe that God will come through for me, and I really appreciate this platform. Thank you very much.
You don't have a job. How are you coping financially then?
I beg people to survive. I've always done that. The only person who has been supportive was, the Catholic Bishop of Aochi until the superior turned him against me, and my parents from time to time, and some friends and benefactors. But due to the controversy out there, everybody has deserted me. I only have my parents and God's support.
Ordinarily, do the church pay Reverend sisters? How do you guys make your money?
We don't receive salary. We only get stipends, and the congregation is supposed to provide for you from time to time. I mean, it's just a whole lot I cannot explain right now. But the truth is, the congregation is supposed to be responsible for all of that. Failure to do so will, give sisters the I don't know, opportunity to go out there and, do some bad stuff. And it's very, very evil and uncalled for.
Would you want to call your account number for people that would want to assist you financially?
Not really, not now. Except it becomes too extreme that I have to. Unless, privately, anybody who would want to.
It's okay. Tell them your social media handle just in case they want to write you privately.
If you want to write to me, Kinse Anastasia Shako. That's my name on Facebook.
Kinse Anastasia Shako.
Yes, that's the account I use now.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Bye.
Bye. My people, now here we go end on Gbam today. You guys have heard from Sister Kinse Shako Anastasia. This is what you go through when you want to make a difference. They call you MAD, M-A-D. Okay? So I feel her pain. I feel what she's going through. Going into somewhere to actually find peace, serve God, find solace, and then you end up being abused. This is why I have my platform, Gbam. We come here, we say it. We don't care whose us is God. My name is Chijoke Igwendo. See you guys next time. Peace. I nwere akọpụlụ iche ịchọ ka ụwa nọ. I nwere ife dị n'obi ịchọ ikwu Gbam. I nwere ife dị omimi ịchọ ka onye ọbụla malụ. O nwere akala aka izole ezo ịchọ ka ụwa fụ na i nwere passion for. Bịa na Gbam ka ụwa nụ onu iyi. I nwere business ịchọ ịkwụnye n'ọkụ. O nwere product ịchọ gosoro na Gbam. Ịchọ ka ife ị na-ele, ife ị na-eme na-aga as viral as Gbam. We are here for you. Contact the number on your screen. Ka ịkwụnye n'ọkụ ka ịfụ na ọ na-eme. Adamuaka. Gbam is the biggest Igbo interview in the world. Come and find out for yourself. Thank you.